Is the kid 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 is the kid. It's that boy Double H, half hope, trying to live, trying to exist, trying to be the best guy I can be, man. As we do every Sunday, we have this open discussion. This is the Ask HH Anything, where we just have a general discussion about life. Anything that comes to your mind, movies, TV shows, the future, the past, and so forth. I've got my meal here with me. So there's also a chance to review the week. You know, it's a chance to review the week and see what has happened in the past week. So vaccines are still going out there, man. And the scientists and so forth are still pushing for people to take these vaccines. If you don't know, like, there was a Australian lady that took the AstraZeneca vaccine. And after she took the vaccine, she had a blood clot, and then she died. But scientists say that is a very rare case, and it may be because she may have had some underlying basically underlying health conditions and so forth. So it may not be totally related to the disease. So maybe there were some health issues and stuff that maybe led to her dying from the vaccine. But if we are to be free from this pandemic, we may have to take this vaccine. We have to take this vaccine. But what will people be like in 6 months' time, in a year's time, in 8 months' time? People have said, did the scientists rush too much to take this vaccine? Yeah, we've taken other vaccines before and everything, but was there maybe too much of a rush for this vaccine to be put out? That's the question we ask ourselves. That is the question we have to ask ourselves. Some craziness in America, man. Police shooting someone again, but this time the policeman thought that they mistook their real gun from their taser weapon. So instead of tasing the suspect, they ended up shooting the suspect because it was a mistake. And it's like, this stuff, I think it has to psychologically and mentally weigh upon you when you just see all this stuff mounting up, because it just seems like Groundhog Day. It seems repetitive. It seems as if I am reading the same story over and over again. Oh, it was a mistake. Oh, I thought. Oh, this thing happened. Oh, maybe it was this. There's also kind of a weird explanation, and I just think it's just to the point where these things will keep on happening. They're not going to stop. There isn't going to be any major reform, because these stories you heard in 2021 were happening 5, 6, 7 years ago, man. So it's fucked up. And what else? I was watching Inception again. I was watching some bits of Inception earlier today, and Inception is one of those films where there is some quality in Inception. There is some good quality in Inception, but watching it again, too much dialogue. It's one of those films that had great potential, superb soundtrack. The soundtrack for Inception is amazing. Great idea, some great concepts, some great scenes and sections, but the film was just too dialogue heavy. And I think, because I said to myself that if you gave this idea to like Spielberg or to James Cameron, you would have a better film. Fact, you would have a better film if you gave this to a more competent director, in my view. So, guys, that is all from me for now. I want to see what you guys are saying, man. So, guys, ask anything, say anything you want, and let's see what you guys are saying, man. Oh shit! If you get the job and you die, yeah, 100%. I think you have to sign a waiver or something, but yeah, you cannot hold the hospital liable. So it's on you. If you take that If you take that vaccine, that's on you, baby. You can't hold the hospital liable. The hospital can do whatever the heck they want, and um, you are taking it within your own risk. So it's a tough situation because Germany, they've been they've been rolling out the vaccine over a long period, and it's taken very long for Germans to take the vaccine. So Germans have actually traveled to Moscow, to Russia, to take a vaccine called Sputnik 5. You heard it right? There is a Russian vaccine called Sputnik, not Sputnik 1, not Sputnik 3, not even Sputnik 16. There's a Russian vaccine called Sputnik 5. I love my Russian people. In most of the schools that I've been to, I've had Russian friends. I am not putting Sputnik 5 inside this lovely body of mine. Shout out to my Russian people out there. I'm not putting anything called Sputnik 5 up in me, man. Oh. Rodney, if I was to tell my mom or my auntie that, they'd be like, I told you. They did that. Because 100%. Well, they say that it's a 1 in 300,000. So these discrepancies with regards to this vaccine, it's 1 in 300,000. So it is very, very low and very, very unlikely that it could damage you. But all the conspiracy theorists need is just one case. Because my thing is that I want to know that people who take this vaccine, let's see what happens in 6 months' time, in a year's time. Because if you turn into a leprechaun in a year's time, I want to know. I want to know. Favorite coming of age movie? Oof. There are a few. The first that comes to my mind is Stand By Me, starring the late River Phoenix, Kiefer Sutherland, and the dude from Star Trek. I forgot what his name is. It's either that. Now that's interesting. I want to bring what it says. So basically, it's either that or Empire of the Sun, starring a very, very young Christian Bale, directed by Steven Spielberg. So those two. So either Empire of the Sun with Christian Bale or Stand By Me. But I think it's Rob Reiner who did Stand By Me. More people are anti-vax than smoking or alcohol, despite the latter. Now, this is interesting. I got to remember, Red Devil is in medicine. This is interesting. Because, like on smoking packets, it says it in big writings. Smoking kills. Like I'm saying, smoking kills. Smoking is damaging. You're putting nicotine in your body. This is dangerous. But guys, take it away. Too much of this will screw you up. But still, guys, take it away. And if you were to look at the numbers, and you probably apply the data, smoking and alcohol is probably more harmful to you than any of these vaccinations. If it's to pull the numbers and everything, I think a higher number of people will be more adversely affected from too much alcohol intake and smoking than any of these vaccinations. So, what are supposed to do follow about football? Probably my second favorite sport is b-ball. So basketball, because I was on my basketball team, which was cool. So yeah, so probably basketball is probably my second favorite sport, man. Then I like athletics, particularly track. So basically sprinting. So sprinting, running, all that kind of stuff. So those are the ones. So athletics, basketball. I like tennis. So, but in terms of just follow, has to be NBA. Tennis somewhat, but really, it's really it's. I think NBA is the only closest one that I would say that I follow, and and also I'm boxing, of course, boxing. You know, I if there's a big boxing match, I try and watch a bit of boxing, man. The best British film, Trainspotting is very good though. Trainspotting is very good. I mean, you might be, you might be right, man. I'm trying to think best. Although I saw this film that you may not have heard of. It's what's it called? Farming. It's a freaking crazy film, man. You know, pretty much about this black guy coming into England from Nigeria and just how he was readjusting to life in England during like the 80s, where like racism was really rampant, man. So, but I think if I just taking all things in consider, I mean, if it counts, Lawrence of Arabia, because that was directed by David Lean, starring Peter O'Toole. So you would say that I mean, it is about an English British guy. So if that counts, then definitely Lawrence of Arabia, because like Lawrence of Arabia is like the epitome of epic, man. Favorite moments from the Keaton Batman films. Moments. So I think when the scene in the Batcave between Batman and Vicky Vale, the whole sequence of the Batmobile going into the Batcave, the entire opening scene segment in Batman Returns, when he comes out and says what's up. So those ones, man. Opening scene of Batman Returns and the cave scene, the Batcave scene with Vicky Vale in Batman 1. Right, what else are you guys saying? What else are you guys saying? What else are you guys saying, man? Do you believe O.J. Simpson was guilty? Yes, I do. Now, I wasn't there. I didn't see things happen. And you can't prove stuff unless you were there. But when you just take in all the evidence considered, and when you think of what actually happened, and the likelihood that it could have been anyone else, I find it almost impossible to believe that it could have been. It could be like, who else could it have been? Because you have motive. There is no evidence of anyone else in the vicinity who could have done it. There are. It's just that those lawyers screwed up, and Johnny Cochran came clutch. Like literally, Johnny Cochran came clutch. There is too much evidence that's, like I told you, the key thing is motive. The people who had access to the place, and there is, to this day, they have not found any, because someone must have done it. So after all these years, all these decades, they have not found anyone else that's have done this. Come on, bro. Of course it was him. You know, it was. So why didn't the glove fit? So I remember I was reading about this, and they said that gloves can shrink. So I think that after he washed, because see, gloves can pretty much change size if you wash them. So I think that I think the clothes may have been washed or something, they've been washed or gone through a dryer. So therefore they changed it in size. So, which is why they said that was a very bad move by the prosecution, because they put too much onto that glove. They should have never used the glove. They should try and focus on other evidence. But because so much hinged on the glove and the glove didn't fit, guys were like, if the glove don't fit, you've go to quit, you know. But my thing about it is like, yeah, gloves can change if you wash them, you know. So, but look, man, nah. I mean, it was. Look, he did it, man. I like, and also again, but you have to prove it. But if that prosecution worked a bit harder and so forth, but remember, you have to understand when this took place. This was after the Rodney King beat down by the police officers, so it was going to be very, very difficult for the jury to be like, "This is why we now look at George Floyd." There is no way that brick Derek Chauvin is going to go free. No way. You know, based on just kind of the kind of world that we're living in right now, there is no way that Derek Chauvin is going to go free because of the aftermath of George Floyd and so forth. So, oh Lord, are black TV shows now garbage in agenda reading? I just watched Grownish. It's god awful. I haven't even so basically, I think is it like mixedish or blackish? Nah. I saw a few clips of it like online. I was like, nah, this ain't for me. Like, this is just trying so hard. And the guy, he made a new series with I can't remember the name of the series. It was with him and Rashida Jones. I watched 3-4 episodes. Nah. Like, there's nothing worse than when you're just trying so hard. And specifically, the thing with blackish and mixedish is, okay, man, what's about race and racism and racial stuff? I'm like, okay, relax, man. You can. That was the beauty of something like, let's say, a Martin, or even like a Fresh Prince. Although Fresh Prince was actually written by white people, though, but something like a Martin, where have a story, have your comedy, but then you can then very cleverly interlace it with other ideas and so forth, man. But yeah, those TV shows that try too hard, not my thing, man. Is this a trick question? Like, seriously? Is this a trick question? WandaVision was a pile of shit. This isn't being monetized on server, so I can fully square here. WandaVision was a pile of shit. Nah, I won't say it. Because I think if I said that, that'd be a bit too harsh. WandaVision, they try to be clever and say, oh my gosh, it's like about TV show and so forth, and we're using like kind of TV thing, and it didn't go anywhere. Always look at the writers. One of the writers for Falcon and the Winter Soldier wrote John Wick. Derek Holstead, he's the guy that's created John Wick. Another writer is Malcolm Spellman, who's black and wrote on Empire. Because I was going to say, okay, there's something. This just seems to have a little bit of it's going to some interesting, authentic, interesting places, and that is because you always say whenever you have these things, which is why Fresh Prince, I always iffy about Fresh Prince. Black writers write for black characters. You can't get a white writer to write for black characters because you can never get the authenticity there. So Falcon and the Winter Soldier, no, like this is the best stuff out of the MCU since Black Panther and Winter Soldier. Easily the best. So I said again, I didn't like Infinity War. Endgame was cool. Like Endgame was just like a nice roundup and everything. It wasn't a great film, but it was a nice roundup. I hated it in Infinity War. So, but yeah, no. Falcon and the Winter Soldier is leagues better than that stuff, man. Oh, interesting. Okay. Oh, cool. That's pretty cool, man. Oh, guys, how many of you guys have watched Invincible? How many of you guys have watched Invincible, bro? That show is crazy. That show is crazy, bro. That show is wild, man. Um, that show is wild. Um, what do you make of the new Mortal Kombat trailer? I hope the movie is what it looks like on the trailer. Mortal Kombat is still undefeated. The first film. That is still the best video game film of all time. Facts. Mortal Kombat Annihilation might rank as one of the worst films of all time. Of all time, the second film. That trailer, it looks promising. It looks promising, and I think they have really, I think they're looking to really delve deeper into Scorpion and Sub-Zero story. I don't know. I mean, I don't like the whole "get over here" to be like a bit different from Scorpion, but Sub-Zero is played by Joe Taslim, who is the dude from the Raid movies. So you know that Sub-Zero is gonna be intense, and of course, I think is it Teriyuki Hanada, like the guy who plays Scorpion is also a very famous Japanese character as well. So it's cool, man. No, like I don't think the film is going to be super amazing, but I have pretty high hopes for it, man. I have pretty high hopes for it. Is Invincible the start of the West taking animation seriously? No, it's not. Invincible is a rare outlier. And I still feel like if the West still view animation as cartoons for kids. Remember, Invincible is out on Amazon Prime. It's not on any primetime TV or so forth. It's on Amazon Prime streaming. And when you have streaming stuff, anything goes. You can get anything in there. But when you just look at the kind of content you can do, like I said, that show is freaking amazing. It is bloody amazing. And the kinds of stuff that you can do in animation, you can't really do for real. And as I said, I'm tired of Pixar. You tell the same freaking ass jokes. No one care about these dumb ass jokes, man. So it's a mess, man. All right. 19. All right, what else you guys saying, man? Do you work out and have muscles? No, I don't. I mean, I try to, but I don't do it as often as I can, man. I try to exercise. Yeah. But I am hopefully going to get back to doing some working out. Because I did join a gym some time ago, man. But yeah. It's been a while, bro. It's been a while. I pray Hollywood studios don't touch anime. They already treat Marvel and DC disrespectfully. See, here's the thing. Hollywood, I don't think, will ever fully understand animation and anime. They can just they're just trying to comprehend it. So Hollywood will look at Akira or One Punch Man and say, "Oh yeah, let's just make that into a film. Let's just get Ryan Gosling or Leonardo DiCaprio and just film it." But they don't really appreciate the artistry of what they're saying. So, which is why, like, when you look at even a lot of these animation cartoons and stuff, they're not really delving into the kind of depth that the anime guys do, because Japanese people just view it completely differently, man. Yeah, my guy, these guys want to go deep, man. Pause. All right. Was Godfather 1 that's good? Godfather 2 is the best film in the series. Like Godfather 2 is the best film. Godfather 1 just has one of the greatest acting performances of all time. It's Godfather 1 is still an amazing film, but Part 2 is better. Like Part 2 is an incredible film. Like the filmmaking on Part 2 is just next level. But um Godfather 1 is no, sorry, yeah, no, Godfather 1 is about Brando. That performance by Brando, that character, that is one of the most iconic characters of all time. Mr. Don Corleone. So Godfather 1 is good, but I do think it is slightly overrated. I do feel it's just slightly a little bit overrated, man. That's my thing, man. Look, I'm hearing some big things about Nollywood, man. I've been hearing that there are some interesting partnerships coming through, and watch this space because you know those two small dudes, Aki and Popo, who are basically used in all of the memes. You know, the guy with the cutters, because oh my god, like that guy and so forth. These guys, like that's only the tip of the iceberg. Like it is so unfortunate that nobody realized how amazing those guys were when they were younger, man. So nobody needs to get that. There's a guy I know, and I actually bought some of his stuff. I think he's called like Roye Okupe, and he basically does because basically his plan is to do like a cartoon series animation for Nigerian characters, man. So he's so it's I mean, if they do, it'll be amazing, man. Amazing, man. Yeah, no. Look, man, it's like this. I think it's Chinedu Ekedeze and Osita Iheme, both of them, man. So, what film made you feel dumb after you finished watching it? Transformers 2 is one. Transformers 2 is definitely one. What's the other one? There's another. Last Jedi. Last Jedi is one of the worst films I've ever seen in my life. Like Grant, it is literally one of the worst films I've ever seen in my life. Complete another crap, man. Complete and utter crap. So yeah, I think the name of the Nigerian thing is EXO. It's called EXO. Oh yeah, I've heard about this stuff. So, oh wow, that's a deep question. Have you heard that Ohunride is playing his Sam? Yes, basically the rumor is you're going to have a situation where you have so basically the situation is that you're going to have a situation where you have, I think, all three Spider-Men. So Tobey Maguire, and freaking Andrew Garfield, because they want to just basically combine all the universes. It's because obviously it's called No Way Home, and maybe what you find that he's basically in another universe, or he's going to multiple universes, and then everything is all effed up, you know. And I mean, if they handle this right, that could be a very big film, because obviously Sony and MC and Marvel are working together, so you can obviously use Tobey Maguire, you can basically use their characters. So if they handle that well, that could be a pretty crazy thing, man. That could be a pretty crazy thing, man. Z-Man, I'm going to release a video. I think that is such a big question. I'm going to put that in video form. I will put that in video form, man. But just to paraphrase it, don't waste time. Balance. Basically, the key thing is balance. Don't waste time, but don't think you have all the time. No. Don't waste time, but also don't put too much pressure on yourself in order to try and pop things off, man. But I want to do that in a video form. In a video form, I want to just do a advice to youngsters in a general video format. So, Godzilla versus Kong was trash. It was, I wouldn't say it was trash. Star Wars Last Jedi was trash. It wasn't great. It definitely wasn't great. It was serviceable. you know, that's what I'll say. I'll just say it was a serviceable film. It was a serviceable film, man. The fights were cool, but that's the thing. Hey, it's my main man, Tony B. What up, Tony B? Tony B. We need another watch long, bro. Tony B. We need to do another watch long. Yeah, at the best it was I. At the best it was I, man. So there is no purpose. Just do what you like. I was speaking to someone years ago, and we're just talking about what is the purpose of life. And he said that the purpose of life is to procreate. We're here to come into this world, fuck, and procreate, have kids, move on, and just continue the cycle of populating the world. That is the purpose in life. And I was like, so basically, so people who, let's say, never got married, or let's say they did get married, let's say they had kids, but they never look. Let's say they got married, let's say they were in a relationship, but they never had kids. That's, I mean, that's wild. Like, then it's not they didn't fulfill their purpose. For me, I believe so. My thing is this: it's very hard to answer exactly what your purpose is, but one purpose I believe that everyone should do is find what you're good at. Find what you are good at and try to dedicate as much as your life towards perfecting that. You know, find what you're good at and try to perfect yourself at doing it, because none of us will be able to figure out life. Because I said that, oh my gosh, yeah, life is this and so forth. That's when I was younger. I was like, yeah, life is this, life is that. It's a bit crazy, man. What anime or manga do you watch or read? I am currently waiting for One Punch Man season 3. That's the one I'm waiting for. I am patiently waiting for season 3 of One Punch Man, and I am currently reading Naruto. I think I am on chapter 16 of Naruto, man. I haven't started it yet, so I'm looking forward to that. So, let me go on that. Word of advice, bro. Don't bother. Take it from me, as a guy who in his teens was obsessed with trying to find out the meaning of life. You'll never find out. Human beings, let's say life is like a piece of string. This life is like a piece of string. Like this is the beginning of life. This is the end. Human beings in the human race will represent just like this. The universe is so large, our minds can't comprehend how large the universe is. Things are working on such a large, huge level. There is no point in even trying to find out there's no point. You just work with what you work with. Find out what you're good at, find out what you need to do, find out what makes you happy, and try to perfect that. You're trying to figure out what the purpose of life, what the meaning of life is. You'll never figure it out. You never will. Because as human beings, we are pretty insignificant with regards to the universe. Nobody, it is impossible to even mentally fathom how large the universe is. If, let's say, the universe was a white sheet of paper, we are barely a dot. We are barely a dot on a white sheet of paper with regards to the universe, man. So there's no point, man. There's no point. So do you know how scary this is? True talk. So basically, I went to the shop. So obviously, anybody in England will know Sainsbury's. Basically, Sainsbury's for us is like Walmart for you guys. Would that be right, or would that be Tesco? I don't know whether Tesco and Sainsbury's is the Walmart equivalent for Americans. So basically, anyway, I was going there and so forth, and obviously, right? So now in the UK, they've allowed restaurants and pubs to open, but people can only eat and drink outside. So you can open up your pub and restaurants, but you can only eat and drink outside. So I was just walking over there, and then I think there were just these people outside basically drinking, and there was this white chick, and then she was obviously just going into the so basically she was basically going into the pub, and then I swear to you, in my mind was that, man, like, why do white girls not have any ass? That was just my thoughts. That man, seriously, like I can't deal with someone that doesn't have any ass. Then I then said to myself that, man, but when you see like a booty on a white chick, so it's just funny that you said that, because I was sort of thinking about that an hour before when I was growing up, man. So you know what? Let me address this shit. Thoughts on Jake Paul versus Ben Askren? Should you two just fight, or are they making a mockery of the sport? I didn't watch this fight, and I had no plan of watching this fight. I love sport, and I respect sport, and I first respect sports people. Respect what Messi can do. Respect what Jordan can do. Respect what Federer can do, what Serena can do, and so forth. And I respect what, like, when you watch Canelo Alvarez, it's like, yeah, he's that, like, that guy is excellent at his sport. He's excellent at his sport. Jake Paul is a rookie boxer, and he's generating interest because he's so popular. I wouldn't be shocked, because what was trending on Twitter was rigged. They said that this fight was rigged. I wouldn't be shocked if it was rigged. Because for this Ben dude, what do I care if I lose to this super uber popular white blonde kid? Because if, let's say, there was maybe some money put under the table or so forth, because if we make him win, it will generate far more interest, and by him winning and so forth, we can like, yeah, sure, take it. So you want me to really believe that he lost to Jake Paul, a guy who's what, a UFC fighter? So, and also I think they said that even when he got on the ring, he was basically like smiling. So my thing that it's no. Of course, they should fight. It's a free world. As long as you don't have to force me to watch it, it's all cool. No, I am get to watch somebody to properly compete against Canelo Alvarez. I am waiting for Joshua against Fury, because I want to see the very best. Jake Paul is a rookie boxer, and for me, unless I'm bored, it's like whenever you're watching like a boxing event, I don't normally watch the undercards. You know, I just normally just wait until the main events. But if I say I'm bored, I'm like, okay, nothing to do. Okay, let me watch these undercards. But I'm not going to go out of my way to watch a Jake Paul box. No, because I want to watch the very best, and you're not the very best. So it is. I mean, it is what it is. But like for me, I have zero interest in that crap, man. Thank you for the dub, Chainsaw. Thank you for the dub. HH, you're speaking facts. Any video plans on or gaming nights? You see, it's just that I've been busy, but now with the Champions League winding down, yeah, I want to try and get back. I want to try and maybe do some streaming of gaming. So seeing that I am currently playing Skyrim on the Switch, but I want to maybe try and bring back that Pro Evo Life, man. Yes, bring back the solo Pro Evo Life. And video plans, no, I mean, because I want to I think on this channel, man, I want to try and expand topics a bit more, and I think, use my experience to really speak to the youth. So, and watch this space for more kind of interesting educational vids from your boy, man. Joshua versus Fury would be insane, man. Oh yes, I just hope that they can get somewhat of a crowd, because that would have been amazing with a full crowd. It would have been absolutely iconic if that was a full crowd. But it's unfortunate, man. It's unfortunate. So yes, I can, but I don't have a car. I float. I have a spaceship, but yes, I can. Manual and auto. So I'm not interested in seeing some dudes making big bang off amateur sports. You see, the thing about this whole YouTube box, UFC is more popular than boxing now. If you ask most people now, they know Conor McGregor, they know John Jones, they know Spider Anderson, and so forth. How many people know Canelo Alvarez? Even if they know Canelo Alvarez, if Canelo Alvarez was fighting on the same night John Jones or Francis Ngannou was fighting, are you going to watch a Canelo Alvarez fight, or are you going to watch a Francis Ngannou fight? Boxing is the oldest sport in the world. Boxing will always be. It's going to be very difficult. It's going to be very difficult for MMA to get over boxing, but it's growing. It's growing, and even people like Eddie Hearn, because I saw Eddie Hearn do like a video thing with Dana White, and Eddie Hearn says, "No, man, Dana, man, we really applaud you for how well you market this and how much the sport is growing, because boxing, because it's going on for so long and it's been so established, and you have guys like who is the greatest sports person of all time? Most guys would say Muhammad Ali. He was a boxer. Who is probably one of the most popular sports people of all time? Mike Tyson. So boxing, because of boxing's history, it has gained such a cachet. It's going to be impossible for MMA to get into it. But I think many fight fans are now going over to MMA because they give you what you want. Do you know what's okay? Boom! Like now, the next fight's Francis Ngannou, John Jones. John Jones just says, "Look, get this thing right. We're in." So there's no red to the thing. Make this fight, and it will happen. The neutral would rather watch a major boxing match than a major UFC. If for a neutral, the regular person who's not a fight fan, a regular person, Joshua Fury or Ngannou versus John Jones, Joshua Fury, because there is a science to boxing. There's just something so intriguing about boxing in the sense of two guys going toe to toe and within the rules. It is far more engrossing than an MMA where you can use this thing. Like for instance, like someone like a Khabib, superb technical fighter. But I can see people saying, "Oh, this is boring. Like this guy just getting a guy on the ground, getting him in a hold." It wouldn't excite the neutral. Why did people love Mike Tyson so much? And Mike Tyson even says it on his podcast, because Tyson said that we have to not only win, but win in spectacular fashion. Similar to what Conor McGregor was doing, but Tyson was doing it at a more spectacular way, against much tougher opponents. So it is going to be very difficult for MMA to appeal to the regular man the way that boxing does. So boxing will always have that, which is unfortunate because boxing knows that we will always have that thing of what, because for so long the heavyweight division was crap during the Klitschko era. It was dormant, but now the heavyweight division is alive. Wilder, Fury, Joshua, like this Joshua Fury fights could do crazy numbers because I think they said the highest pay-per-view is Mayweather Pacquiao. Where Pacquiao couldn't hit Mayweather, but this Joshua Fury fight, it could break records, man. It could break crazy records, man. Your views on cricket as a sport? It's better than baseball. I'll give you that. I like one-day cricket. So basically, where you have 50 overs. The test cricket, that's too much. But and I think that's what they do at Cricket World Cup, where it's 50 overs. And I like, what's it called? I think, I remember, is it Shalbakta? Who's like the fastest bowler of all time. Like he was pretty crazy. So it can be fun. Cricket, I think, because I think in the Indian Super League, they do it's where it's 50 overs. So I like that whole thing of the urgency of it, where boom, okay, you have these overs, you have to go through and so forth. So cricket can be fun. Can be fun. But just don't get hit by that ball, man, because that ball is is built off of steel, Because I remember there was one, I can't remember the World Cup it was. I think it was it South Africa against someone where it's got down to like the last 2 overs. And this guy's running, but they fucked up their run. And he tried to like run back, but then the guy basically threw and basically got to the wickets. It was like a crazy end to a game. I was like, wow, no, this is exciting, man. Oh, sorry, 20 overs. Oh, it's 20 overs. It's 20 overs. And you see, because it's so funny. NFL is obviously derived from rugby. Baseball derives itself from cricket. And baseball, I mean, some parts of it is cool, but no, I think when you just look at the whole, because cricket is like, it's simple, like get that ball through those wickets. This dude, that thing is a run. If you hit it all the way through and it goes over, that's what's a 6. Oh no, so basically, if you hit it and it touches the ground before going over like the kind of circumference thing, that's 4. If you hit it and it goes over without touching the ground, then that's a 6. So, yeah. Why is the NFL so popular in the US? It's very complicated to follow from it. I mean, to begin with, it was very complex, but you basically gain the hang of it. It's pretty much about, okay, we are here to, okay, put very simply. So the main aim is get this ball to the end zone. And each team has an attacking unit and a defensive unit. And they then take it in terms of the attacking unit, the defensive units. And so basically, you have 3 opportunities to gain a certain amount of yards. If you don't gain those certain amounts of yards in 3 attempts, then the ball gets turned over, and you now have to now go to defense, and now the team now goes to the attack. So that's pretty much the simple thing. And why is it? See, I've never understood why NFL is more popular than basketball. Basketball for me is America's best export. That is America's best, because for me, one of the best sports to watch in terms of the last few minutes is basketball. Like watching the Miami Heat against the Spurs, where Ray Allen hit that shot. The last 2 minutes of that thing was insane. It was absolutely insane. Like just because I think the thing about basketball is like, when you watch the first 3 quarters, it's just okay, yeah, hits, they hit there, hit there. So it's all about momentum shifts. But I think when you now get to the last 2 minutes where now every basket counts and every miss counts. You see, in the second quarter, you can miss on everything because you always got opportunities. And based on the momentum shifts of basketball, you can be down 10 or 20 in the first quarter and be up 6 or 7 in the third quarter. But in the last minutes of the fourth quarter, that is when, oh, no. If you miss, you're screwed. That's why I know, because every basket really counts. So it becomes even much more nervous, which is what made that Ray Allen shot so crazy. So I've never understood why Americans chose the NFL over basketball, man. It makes no sense, man. But Beeble is cool. No, I love Beeble, man, and I think it's also really good to play as well, But here's the thing, though, and that's the beauty about football. You see, tennis, you need a racket and you need a freaking net. NFL, you need NFL rugby, like it's too violent because you have to basically get the egg ball and start tackling guys. Basketball, you need you need concrete. So you need like hard ground and you need a hoop. Football, all you need are, if let's say you're a group of people, football, all you need are 4 tops, goal, let's go. So as long as you have a ball, football, all you need is a ball, and you can just play. Guys, esports is coming. And here, I remember when I think it was Jimmy Kimmel, and he said that I can't understand how people can watch someone play a video game. Like it makes no sense. And the guys got crazy, say, "Oh my god, blah, blah," because gaming community can be a bit crazy. Like you don't have to thumbs down the guy's video, but for older people, the older generation, they can't understand how people will watch a guy playing a video game. But a video game is a skill. It's for me. I am crap at games. Like the only video games I'm good at are like playing management games or like Pro Evo. So I'm not like a gamer. Like my older brother is like a hardcore gamer. So, but I play mostly RPGs, or like sandbox games where I could just do whatever the heck I want. But gaming is a skill, because when you watch some guys play like Call of Duty, or for instance, whenever like HMV was open, and then in HMV they used to have these like Street Fighter thingies. This is pretty. Oh, I remember when I went to HMV and I challenged a guy at Pro Evo, and then your boy won, man. Your boy won. What you think, man? Your boy won. Your boy won at Pro Evo. But yeah, it's like it's a skill. Like I was watching the esports final, FIFA 2021 against these two guys, like on YouTube, because Sky Sports was showing it. I was like, the level of skill involved in this is extremely high. So for me, I believe that esports is going to grow for sure. It's going to grow. It can never be as big as sports because most people aren't gamers. So basically, the regular person isn't going to watch someone play a video game. They're not. So it can never be as big as, let's say, football, basketball, athletics. But it'll be there. Nadal or Federer? Federer. Always. Nadal is amazing, bro. He's the king of clay. Nadal is the king of clay. But for me, Federer, Nadal is like LeBron. Just work with me here. Nadal's like LeBron, Federer is like Jordan. LeBron is amazing and so forth, but there's a lot of physicality to it. There is a beauty in the way that Jordan played basketball. There's a beauty in the way that Federer plays tennis. And same thing like Maradona. There's just a beauty in the way that Maradona played. Same thing with like a Ronaldo. There's just a beauty to it. So just when Federer was at his peak, I was like, nah. Because my thing that it's not really about titles. Bill Russell has more rings than Jordan. Is Bill Russell now better than Michael Jordan? Bill Russell has like 7 rings. Bill Russell ain't better than LeBron. Bill Russell ain't better than Michael Jordan. Heck, Bill Russell ain't better than Allen Iverson. So even if, let's say, Nadal gets more titles or Djokovic gets more titles, and I think Djokovic will get more titles, it doesn't, because my thing is that I think I say maybe it's almost a difference between greatest and best. Best, okay, numbers then. Let's look. Actually, best is really who wins, who has won the most Grand Slams. That is the best. Greatest is your impact on the sport. And I think that Federer's impact on the sport, I think, was greater than any tennis player. I think before Federer, it was Sampras was considered the GOAT. But Federer, just the way, and also remember, Federer actually beat Sampras at Wimbledon to announce himself. So that was actually what announced Federer himself by actually him beating Sampras, because I remember watching that fight. So, because it's cold, and it's on ice. No, ice hockey is just, you know what? I don't mind watching ice hockey. I mean, have you guys watched Mighty Ducks? Like, ice hockey is cool. Ice hockey is cool. Ice hockey is cool, man. Ice hockey is cool. Ice hockey is cool, man. It is real cool, man. So, all right. So maybe I'll take two or three more cues, man, and then we're out of here, man. So, guys, send me your best questions. 2 or 3 more questions, and then I gotta get out of here, man. I gotta get out of here. 2 or 3 more cues. 2 or 3 more cues. 2 or 3 more cues. Yes, look, man. I told you we pop off on our sister channel later on, man. Do you think anime will get affected by Western politics? In the anime community, we've seen certain fans accuse manga and anime characters of being sexist. Doubtful, because Japan are just operating somewhere differently, and Japan will just say, okay, because Japan, like, let's say you can't censor our stuff. Our stuff is our stuff, and this is how we want to roll, and you basically can't censor how we want to roll. So yeah, no, it won't. No way, it won't, but it won't. So because I think like anime is so popular, it is so huge and big in the West that there's no way that they're going to change it, man. Most underrated sports, table tennis. Table tennis, man. Table tennis is an amazing sport that I think doesn't get enough love. It's great to play and also pretty good to watch as well. Great to play and pretty good to watch. What history do you think they should teach in school? They should teach more about the African cultures before European colonization. It would change other people's different mindsets. But history is taught by the conquerors, not the conquered, because history is very, very important in forming the psyche of how people view a nation. Like if you now teach young black kids about, the Benin Empire, the Zulus, the Abyssinian Empire, the pharaohs, Egyptian empire, and so forth, they'll have a different viewpoint. But if you teach young black kids about King Charles, King Louis, Prince Napoleon, all that kind of stuff and everything, and you don't really teach them about any kind of black history, then they will have the viewpoints of, oh shit, whites are kings and amazing people and so forth. So, but again, history is taught by the conqueror, not the conquered. And those people who conquer people, their aim is for certain civilizations to be erased so they can then fully control those people that they have conquered. It's all about control. It's all about control, and education is very key. Mohammed, thank you for the dog, man. Thank you for the dog, Mohammed. H, you need to play Skyrim with mods on PC. It is the definitive edition of Skyrim. Mohammed, bro. So like I've got my Switch just sort of charging right now. So if these guys, first of all, I want 2 wishes. Those, just a little mini rant. You pieces of crap, Rockstar, you absolute losers. Where's GTA 6? Where is GTA 6? You're going to go through, what, 3 generations without bringing GTA 6? Stupid. And if they bring out Mass Effect 1 and 2 on the Switch, I think I will cry. Guys, I don't think you can actually fully comprehend how crazy it is that I am lying down in bed and playing Skyrim on handheld. It's like, for me, it's shocking. Like, do you know how large and massive this game is? But yeah, I mean, I've heard about the mods though. But see, as continuous great. So I've got Skyrim on the 360, I got Skyrim on Xbox One, and I now have Skyrim on the Switch. So I have 3 versions of Skyrim. So I want to just finish Skyrim again on the Switch, and then I may think about getting stuff on the mods. I don't like playing games on PC. I've never been a PC guy. I need to have a control pad, man. I need to have a control pad. No, Rodney, man. Fuck those guys, man. Guys, peace out. Stay true. Thank you for joining me. I will be back here on Sunday. Next Sunday, I'll be back. Maybe I'll even bring in a guest. Man. Yeah, I'll bring in a guest. Have a nice chat. Have a nice back and forth. So, guys, peace out. Stay true. Stay real. Stay sexy. Stay lovely. Stay nice. Blah, blah. I'll see you at 10 p.m., man. See you all talk, man. Peace.